Come back. I am required to understand me now. If
Hello, good afternoon. You are welcome to Radio Guy Online here in Kokomlemle, and then bringing you news at 12. Now to the headlines. The Okada Riders Association has welcomed the promise by the flag bearer of the National Democratic Congress, John Mahama, to legalize the commercial use of motorbikes, popularly called Okada. And Vice President of the Republic of Ghana, Dr. Mahamudu Bawumia, says the Akufo-Addo administration has significantly reduced the hardship of Ghanaians. The running mate of the NDC flag bearer, Prof. Nana Jane Opoku Agyeman, has bemoaned the growing state of insecurity in the country. And there have been clashes for a second night in Wisconsin, with buildings and cars set alight following the police shooting of a black man on Sunday. Now to the details. Vice President of the Republic of Ghana, Dr. Mahamudu Bawumia, says the Akufo-Addo administration has significantly reduced the hardship of Ghanaians. According to him, although it can be said that the government has eliminated the sufferings of the populace, it is a known fact that President Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo and his government have comparatively brought reliefs to cushion the citizenry. Citing the government's free SHS policy, stable electricity supply, the payment of teacher and nurses trainee allowances, among others, Dr. Bawumia was optimistic the living conditions of Ghanaians will ultimately be better in the second term of the Akufo-Addo administration. Now to some other story. The Okada Riders Association has welcomed the promise by the flag bearer of the National Democratic Congress, John Mahama, to legalize the commercial use of motorbikes, popularly called Okada. According to the association, the promise, if implemented, will provide jobs for many unemployed youth in the country. The national president of the Okada Riders Association, Michael Kofi Owusu, said they believe that the former president's promise is feasible and must be supported. The NDC flag bearer, John Mahama, while addressing chiefs, party supporters, and the people of Pando in the Volta region last night, disclosed his intention to legalize and regulate the Okada business. The campaign promise has since been largely discussed within the media space, with a number of people describing it as a false promise. Some have criticized John Mahama over the idea, saying that it is populist and would do more harm than good. However, members of the NDC have defended it, citing the job creation prospect of the operations. Meanwhile, the Bureau of Public Safety is demanding details of how the commercial use of motorcycles would be regulated. Now, the running mate of the NDC flag bearer, Professor Nana Jane Opoku Agyeman, has bemoaned the growing state of insecurity in the country. She raised these concerns when she commiserated with the bereaved family of an industrious, successful, and respected businessman, Mr. Akwesi Banahene, in the Asnafo North constituency of the Ahafo region. Mr. Banahene, an established timber contractor and a staunch member of the NDC, was shot and killed by unknown assailants on Friday, August 21st, 2020, as he returned home from work. While sympathizing with the bereaved family, Professor Nana Opoku Agyeman indicated that the state of insecurity in the country is increasingly causing Ghanaians to live in fear and that it should no longer be tolerated. Professor Opoku Agyeman briefly suspended her campaign tour of the Ahafo region to visit the bereaved family at Mim. She observed that it was absolutely devastating for a breadwinner of a family to be killed in such a gruesome manner. John Mahama's running mate stated further that the security architecture must do more to protect citizens and safeguard the stability of Ghana. Now to some sports news. Former Ghana international Ni Odate Lamptey supports CK Akono's decision to augment the Black Stars with no additions for the 2022 Africa Cup of Nations and World Cup qualifiers. Akono, who assumed duty as Ghana boss in January, has been tasked to qualify the Black Stars for and win the continental gathering in Cameroon, as well as steer the team to the global showpiece in Qatar. To achieve his objectives, the former Asante Kotoko coach has set his sight on securing the services of Ghanaians in the diaspora, including the England-born duo of Tariq Lamptey and Eddie Nketiah. Aside from Arsenal's Nketiah and Brighton and Hove Albion's Lamptey, Akono has also targeted the Belgium-born and Anderlecht duo of Jeremy Doku and Francis Amuzu, Dutch-born brothers Derek Lucassen, also of Anderlecht, and Samuel Brobbey, who plays for Ajax, and the French-born trio Elisha Owusu, Enoch Kwarteng, and Alexander Jiku. Akono will have his first taste of match action as Ghana boss in November when the Black Stars face Sudan in an AFCON qualifying double header. Now to entertainment news. Musician Mizbel has reacted after news of her arrest and detainment went viral on social media. The musician shared on her social media a picture of her in her night dress, ready for bed with the caption, "If you prayed for my downfall, you should get a refund back." Her post is a subtle denial that she has been arrested and detained at the police CID, but earlier reports were rife on social media that the singer has been arrested based on charges of defamation that was filed against her by Stacey Amwatin, wife of Kofi Ochame. Mizbel is believed to have made claims on air in an interview that Nigel Gazy told her Stacey has HIV and came to him for prayers. Mizbel has shut down the rumors of arrest with her post on Instagram and has asked her enemies to feel free to use her to trend. She is expected to report to the police CID this morning. And to some international news, there have been clashes for a second night in Wisconsin, with buildings and cars set alight following the police shooting of a black man on Sunday. Jacob Blake, 29, is in a stable condition after he was shot several times as he went to a car and opened its door in the city of Kenosha. Governor Tony Evers has called up the National Guard to aid local police. The killing of black man George Floyd in Minnesota in May led to protests against racism and police brutality. Demonstrations across the U.S. and in many cities internationally put a spotlight on the treatment of African Americans by U.S. law enforcement and prompted a wider reflection on racism in society. Video footage of the Kenosha shooting taken from across the street and shared on social media shows Mr. Blake leaning into the car and an officer grabbing his shirt with 7 shots heard. And that's how we end the news at 12. And before we go, the Okada Riders Association has welcomed the promise by the flag bearer of the National Democratic Congress, John Mahama, to legalize the commercial use of motorbikes, popularly called Okada. Vice President of the Republic of Ghana, Dr. Mahamadou Bawumia, says the Akufo-Addo administration has significantly reduced the hardship of Ghanaians. The running mate of the NDC flag bearer, Professor Nana Opoku Agyeman, has bemoaned the growing state of insecurity in the country, and there have been clashes for a second night in Wisconsin, with buildings and cars set alight following the police shooting of a black man on Sunday. This is how we end the news here on Radio Guy Online. My name is Evans Nanaje. Goodbye.